What I'm doing in Denham Lane is I'm painting, I think it's a 2-story building, and it's kind of like past and present people from Townsville. So I'm cutting out stencils that are roughly around a metre to 1.1, and they're going to be stenciled onto the building. So I think there's probably like 23 images that I'm going to stick on this wall. As well as on the other side there's another wall that's, I think it could be like 2-story as well, and I'm going to paint a giant octopus on there in stencil format. So it's kind of cool. So with the portraits I've got like past and present people such as Greg Norman, who's from Townsville, Livy Trickett, Rachel Finch, and there's quite a few others as well. With art, like it's an outlet for creativity, and like that creativity starts at the base, which is the young people. And I always find that it's good to give back to the community. So like whenever there's an opportunity to do workshops or artist talks, I'll do them for sure. And like for example, when I was going to school, I had people come and talk to me when I was a kid, and I found it really inspiring. So I'd like to do the same thing with the young people, and also like when young people have that opportunity, they do get inspired, and then in the future they may become like, you know, your future artists of Townsville, whether it be street art or whatever art they choose to do. I went to Singapore for this project. It was called 50 Bridges, and the Australian High Commission in Singapore gave, well, it was, actually I should say that it was Singapore's 50th birthday for independence. So Australia gave Singapore as a present street art, street performance, 4 koalas, and 50 barbecues that are held around town. So like I was privileged to be part of this. And there were like 6 other artists from Australia, including myself, and we collaborated with Singaporean street artists and painted 50 walls over there. So it was really cool, and some of the artists were like Adenate from Melbourne, Vexter, who's from Sydney but she's based in New York, as well as Yock and Sherio. Yock's actually Australian and Sherio Singaporean. And there was a guy, Macatron, and Tom Civil. And then the Singaporean artists were Shiro, Trace, and Zero. So it was kind of cool to like get paid to go over there, do all this stuff, and decorate the walls, because in Singapore street art's illegal, and if you get caught doing it illegally, you can either get jail time or get the cane. So yeah, it was a really good experience for me. So I was there for 1 month. So like with my tattoos, they're kind of like stuff that's kind of personal to me. Like most of it's all just street art from other people who do street art, and I thought, well, I like street art on the streets, maybe I should get it on my body as well. So I've got some tattoos of stuff that I like from the streets, but I also have some stuff that relates to sacred geometry, which I find quite interesting. Yeah, I find Ned Kelly really interesting because he is kind of like, well, I should say street art is illegal, or technically, if it's done illegally, like you could get in trouble. And like it kind of goes with that bushranger theme, where like, say for example, Ned Kelly, he was robbing banks and stuff like that. That's illegal, right? But of course he was doing good stuff, and that, when I mean good, that's the point of view. So he would buy saddles for some of the local farmers and give them the saddles from the money that he acquired, as well as like burning some of the mortgages that some of the farmers had with the banks and couldn't get out of it. And by doing that, he would be giving them back the right to own their property. And I find that really interesting because Ned Kelly, although he was a bushranger, he's considered today in Australian popular culture as like a hero. He's kind of like the Robin Hood figure in Australia. And street art has those elements as well, where like street art is kind of like it's illegal, but like it's like the people's voice, if you know what I mean. So like if you have something to say, you can go out and put it on the streets, like in an artistic form. And it's kind of similar to like that bushranger ideology in regards to Ned Kelly, where like he's a Robin Hood figure. With stenciling and cutting stencils with two hands, I was in the studio in Sydney early 2008, and I thought to myself, oh hey, I'm going to try cutting with my left hand so I can increase my output. So I started cutting with my left hand, and then like after about a week it just came, and now I can like draw and write with my like both hands now, which is kind of interesting.